entire time he just, oh my gosh, I was like, man, I wish it was Darth next to him because, oh my gosh, that would have been just glorious.
No, 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 no. Look, Ken. Listen, I love Ken Ham. Okay, and
Me
he
too.
has a reputation to protect, and he's the head of a ministry, so he has to be a little bit uh, toned down.
He
You
does.
know, than I do. So what you got. Listen, you got to understand his position. Okay,
Yeah, I
so
understand too. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
How
I
does
I can't tell you how much I appreciate. He
Yeah,
was.
he could have booked Bill Nye no problem, and
Oh,
he's just a
oh,
weirdo, man.
he could have really made him to a pulp, but he know, look, this is going to go out on the internet and all this kind of
Mhm.
stuff. By the way, I ran into Dan Barker. You know who Dan Barker is again? I
Yes.
ran into him a couple of days ago on Clubhouse, and he ran away from me. Right? This is about, I don't know, like the seventh or eighth time that I want to interact with him. And as soon as he saw me in the edit set, that anybody can just click it and go up on stage. But I didn't do that. I stayed in the audience and I said, "Oh, I'd love to talk with Dan Barker." He said he wanted to talk with me, in the past. And when he saw that I was there, shortly thereafter, he went quiet on the microphone. And then after he went quiet on the microphone, a minute later, he dropped out.
Yeah. He was
So
the president of the Freedom from Religion Foundation, right?
yeah, yeah, Freedom
Yeah.
from Religion Foundation.
Oh my gosh, yeah, what a quack
That
though.
would that would if I get a chance to speak with him, that is going to be epic.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to be there when that happens so I can record it.
Oh my gosh, I hope it is recorded. You know,
Yes. Hopefully you can get in there where he's not gonna run, because, but
well, he has so far. He has so far.
yeah,
Look, he knows who I am. He knows. He's been told by other atheists that I debate. Well known for debating other atheists, and I have an interest in dialogue and debating with them. And he just keeps on disappearing.
yeah, that's not surprising. I mean, it, Darth. I don't know if it's just this. I know that they're like kind of mentally deranged, but also it's like this pridefulness. They have no conviction. They refuse to let go of this belief, and so even if you took the time, Darth, to present to them this, like you said, just devastating to their position, are they actually going to change? Are they actually going to give it
Well, they
up?
keep on saying, "Prove to me God exists." Well, we can't prove it to you until you decide to give up your irrational embrace of autonomous thinking, that you think autonomously from God.
Yeah,
And that's an irrationally indefensible position.
it
So
is.
proof and persuasion are two different things. We can give the proof, but they have to admit that their position
Hmm.
in everything that they say out of a God independent world doesn't mean anything, because there's no ultimate background information. You
Yeah.
see, they don't care about this. They would rather than say, yeah, God has to be the ultimate reference point.
Yep. It's they're just, I feel like they're never going to change the position because they're already bad faith from the beginning. So when you go to debate them, even if you provide the proof, like you said, they're just not willing to.
Well, look what all of them do. They go, atheism is just a lack of belief. I mean, that's so dishonest, so finding their own position.
I know. It's just,
Suppose we went around and said, theism is just a lack of belief in naturalism.
yeah, exactly. That just wouldn't cut the mustard for them.
No, no,
So
not at all.
yeah, Darth. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't see much opposition coming in.
All right, I'll drop down
No, you're okay.
if
No,
you.
it's not you deterring him. I guarantee it was already slow before you came in, kind of. So, but I hope you enjoy reading that book tonight. You'll have to let me know how it goes.
Oh, it's really good. He's getting into the nature of perfect being theology
Oh wow, okay.
and what it means for God to be perfect.
Yeah. Just one more thing. So Kano and I were actually talking about this. I need a little bit of a better, I feel like, argument for the one and the many, like why and I'd rather, I don't know if there's something you could send me because I probably won't be able to remember all of it, but why the triune
Um,
God is necessary. I know that you have really good arguments for this. I just wasn't sure if there's.
okay, so there's a book in the cloud drive in the Van Til folder.
Okay.
It's called The One and the Many by Rushdoony.
The many
Okay.
Russian. Okay.
Rousas Rushdoony was a brilliant student of Van Til's and probably amongst some of the most enthusiastic Van Tillian fanboys.
Okay.
Rushdoony went on to promote what is called Reconstructionism or theonomy,
Okay.
that Christians are obligated, if we get into power, to
Okay.
implement all of the civil statutes in the Old Testament, which I don't agree with that. But
Well.
having said that, um,
Okay.
Rushdoony had a brilliant understanding of the one and the many, so you want to check that book out. And the other thing what was the other thing you mentioned?
I think it was just that. No, just that would give an explanation to
No, it was the one and the many and something else.
the triune God. Why
Oh,
the
okay, yeah.
triune
There's and I can never. Let me open up my computer. For some reason, in my